south of Uncle, you know?
As long as it's not off the Uncle, I'm okay.
And we're off. And yes, Uncle, we are a bad enough dude to save some. Alright, off we go. And just a hard piece at the start here. The sprites we're using today are going to be, I think it's Grunkle Stan on Wolfer's side. We have a very quick map check there. Desert Palace is a green pendant, the other two are regular crystals. So yeah, this is a standard, so we have the regular opening, and as it started, the sprites are, I think, Phoenix right on Wolf's side, Cerna on Illos, and I think that's CDR Link for Hitsuya. And we're gonna open up with Sword.
So much for randomized swords.
Sure, it's still Uncle Assured, yeah.
So much for randomized swords.
Wow, okay. That's a very concerning start to have the Master Sword this quickly. Because if we find the lamp and the cape, that's the Aghanim starter kit.
Now, did you say that we have access to the tower now? That's kind of true, but not really.
Yeah, logically speaking, we would still need the lamp in order to be able to clear a tower. We technically don't need the cape because we have the Master Sword to break the barrier. We could also use the cape to just go through it. But the cape is a very strong hint towards Aghanim being required as well, so we don't want to see the cape. Unless, of course, you're a fan of Aghanim 1, in which case you want to see the cape as well.
Yeah, I'm just saying, that's the thing. Master Sword is not one of the barriers to get across into Aghanim's tower, according to V30's logic. The cape is, in fact, the only way, according to the logic, to get into Aghanim's tower, because they only place one sword for progression.
Oh, okay. Is that I didn't know that logic change.
Yeah, it's a recently recent discovering a logic bug. And it affects the tablets in Aghanim's tower.
Yeah. I was gonna say, so it's tied to the tablets. Yeah. All right. Good to know. We just find 10 arrows here in the little chest above the jail.
The Master Sword sure makes fighting this ball and chain guard a lot easier.
At the very least. Also makes fighting the farming up a bomb easier for the runners that don't have a bomb yet, which in this case is only Walther anymore. Everybody else found a 4-bomb pack off the guard.
And a forward bomb drop, no less.
And we move to bring Zelda upstairs. Let's see what the back half of the escape has to offer for us. One thing that's special to standard mode is that during this escape sequence, the dark sewers are lit. We get a candle, or a lamp rather. Zelda basically provides us with a light cone. Once we deliver her to the sanctuary, we do not have it anymore. So, if we were to backtrack through the dark part of the escape sequence here, we would need the lamp.
Well, now everyone got bailed out by a 4-bomb drop. Walter just got one.
Yeah, I was chat pointing out that I got the Zelda games mixed up. Indeed. Since the chat is asking for the sprites again, real quick, Walther is using Grunkle Stand from, I think it's Gravity Falls. Wall Kicks Phoenix right, Itzion is using, I think it's CDL Link, and Illos is using Cerno from the Total series. And this is just a regular old standard seed, normal randomized swords. Beat Ganon seed. So,
Well, I mean, it was supposed to be randomized swords, but look what we have now, so...
Well, yeah, I mean... it does mean it can appear on the Uncle. It doesn't necessarily have to, but... there's our first ball and the Power Glove in the back of Escape here. Which means we can route in Sick Heat, and we have one of the 3 pieces we need for Dark World access.
Okay, so I'm interested to know about this. One time I played a standard seed where there was a glove back behind the bombable walls there, and later on I found that the other glove was locked behind that glove. Is that even possible, or am I just going crazy? I just don't understand why that would be possible for 2 gloves to be locked behind a potential glove lock place. Yeah, unless you just have to reset the seed or something like that, and then that would just solve all your problems. Or if the game has a failsafe involved in it, I'm not quite sure.
So yeah, we have the Moon Pearl out of the Sanctuary chest here, and if to answer your question earlier, you can access the back of Escape without having a glove. This is randomizer specific. In vanilla you couldn't. In vanilla, you would need the gloves to get into that grave, push it open. But in randomizer, you can take the secret passage, even if you don't do standard. So you would only need the lamp to progress through the escape and get to the back hall. It's just a lot faster to do it with the glove and the push open the grave.
Okay, sorry for that little tangent there. Well, we got the Moon Pearl in the Sanctuary chest. Yes, I'm sure you saw.
Hmm.
And as per standard, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, pun intended there, we go to Kakariko first.
And we find the blue boomerang in Blind's hut. And chat asking, you do not get the lantern even if you go back through it. You only have it when Zelda is there. Oh, in standard you always have it. Okay. My bad. Yeah, I never went back through the escape in standard, so... Let's see what the well has for us today. So far, Kakariko, Blind's Hut not paying out. Just some cash. I mean, it's not bad early in. Oh, but talk about a blue well here. We find the flippers and a blue mail in the well. Of course, the blue mail, very useful safety. And we get a free stash of 200 rupees from the bottle ender. I think it was a 300 stack. I'm not sure.
That was just 50, so it was just a half price.
Yeah, I didn't see it on the pixelated screen there. Oh yeah, it was 50. My bad. I'm getting old. I have bad eyes.
Well, that convenient bottle in the back of Escape, we get to see what Sick Kid has, which is just a big 20.
Yeah, just some pocket change. And silver arrows in the tavern. So that's also very useful. Once we find a bowl, those are going to come in very handy.
Yeah, nice to not have to be wondering where those might be if you want to have a faster Ganon fight, plus other boss fights.
And a bottle with a fairy in the library. We're not gonna see any of these runners pick that up. Fairy's nice, a bottle is nice, but not worth the hassle to go to the library. And just some money here in the race game. So we also are not gonna see any of the runners pick that up unless they go for a blind race game, none of which do. Oh, that's nice.
I usually get really lucky when I try and yellow the race game. Every time I've yellowed it, it's always been something good, I'm pretty sure. So far, every runner is taking the same path, going to the dam first, which the dam chest is 50 rupees.
Yeah. So far, none, like there wasn't any item that would hint you towards one of the Light World dungeons just yet, so... Oh! Well, there is one item that might hint us towards one of the Light World dungeons. There's the bow on the water. I'm not sure a wet piece of stick and string is gonna work all that well. But with the silver arrows, this is, you know, this is a pretty stacked early game already.
Commentator's blessing?
Oh yeah, I did mention the bow earlier. You're welcome, Runners. You're welcome. And we're gonna see Mini Moldorm Cave here on Elsa's side. 5 chests, well, 4 chests and an NPC that gives us an item. There's a mushroom. Let's see if any of the runners holds on to this. Oh, and there's the Titan's Mitts as well, which does mean we have a Dark World access. And I think we have just about full Dark World access as well. With the flippers, we can access the eastern side of Dark World. Even though we can't get back, we would need the hook shipper. But, I guess you could just take the portal again.
Okay, so yeah, like you said, there's the myths. It's always nerve-wracking when you see the myths before you see the hammer.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, like, if you have a late hammer, the hammer locks so many things.
Yeah, and for those who are saying that Aghanim is dead, just you wait and see if that hammer is in the Pyramid Fairy. Then tell me if Aghanim is required.
Yeah, we also haven't seen what is on the Lumberjack Cave, so, you know, there might be a progression item on there that we need, and making Aghanim required.
Yeah, you're right, yeah, it could be anything that, like, the hammer, or anything that blocks the hammer, and therefore we would need to kill Aghanim to get to that.
And with these early flippers, we're gonna see various flipper checks here. Let's see if any of the runners are gonna opt to go for a water walk as well. Speed things up. There's a bee in a bottle. That's French, basically a French vanilla hobo there. Normally that does not come with the content. Of course, the question is if the bee is more useful than having an empty bottle, but you know, the jury's out for that one.
I don't know if any of them are going to do this, but you could opt to turn that mushroom in when I take the warp over to Lake Hylia. I'm not Lake Hylia, towards Domain.
Well, I mean, I imagine some of the runners might want to hold on to the mushroom in case they find the Cane of Samaria and access to the magic bat so they can do the powder glitch. Oh, there's half magic in the waterfall cave. That is actually really useful. Well, let's see what the fairy here in the wishing well has for us.
Willis just found the boots in the back of Saha's closet.
And that's French vanilla boots. Wow. And I didn't catch what the potion was.
I think it's blue potion.
Oh, that is useful. And we're gonna see King Zora as well as the ledge. The ledge has some bombs. Doubtful anybody will pick those up. Meanwhile, Ilse is gonna make the trek into Eastern Palace here. That is 3 items, a crystal, and most runners will be able to clear it without the lamp. We might find that one in here, though. Just a hard container out of Zora, though. And Ilse found the shovel here. Oh, and Tempered Sword. That's... I think... Is that all of the items already? All 3 of them? No, that was 2 chests. My bad. So we have Tempered Sword here for Ilse. That's very complicated. And this is going to make this seed pretty much a breeze. Monster Sword already would have, but Tempered Sword is going to make this even easier. No chat, hammer is not required from my end.
Yeah, chat. Some of the chat seem to be indulged in what I've said about earlier about the 5-6 crystals and hammer being locked behind them.
But what we have seen just now is that that hint in Eastern Palace is actually really useful, because that hint tells us that the green pendant just has some cash. That means we do not have to beat Eastern Palace unless there's something on the pendant, on the pedestal.
I'm sorry, I missed what the hint said. Could you repeat that?
Sahasralov, in exchange for the green pendant, only has some money, is what the hint said.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Ilse just breezing here through the dark room of Eastern Palace.
And no sense in putting off Eastern, like full clearing Eastern, until you have a lamp, because it's no use to have to double dip Eastern.
Indeed, and blink and you miss it, and there go the Armless Knights.
So 18 minutes in, we already have 1 crystal.
It looks like Ilse is opting to do the mushroom check here. And yes, chat, Ilse did leave behind a chest in Eastern Palace. That is a play that Ilse sometimes does, because getting to the chest takes quite a trek, and it does occasionally gambles that there's nothing there.
Which there wasn't, so good job, Ilse. Ellis is heading over to check the boost location, so no better time to do those than right now, since we don't have a lot of other places left to go. Yes, we could go to the Dark World, but at this point we don't have the hammer, and it's we may as well check whatever we can just in case the hammer is there or something like that. That will give us even more access.
It's very likely that Ellis is gonna check the Bonk Rocks, check Lumberjack Cave, and then do the dark cave to rescue the old man on the front.
Okay, someone in chat asking us what, in our view, is the best early item to find in Rando.
That is, I would say that is really dependent on the runner's preferences. Like, personally, I would really like finding the hookshot early on, and just some bombs and Lumberjack there. Personally, I like finding the hookshot early on. Boots, obviously, are very, very, very good to have as early on as possible. A sword always is nice to have. Hammer. You know, it really depends on your preference.
Hitsy on forgetting to turn off their notifications on screen. I would probably say the flute is one of my favorite ones, just because that has insta-warp to most places in the light world.
There are, I think it was 32 people, and it was more than 30. I think it's 32. Don't quote me on that, though. Spectacle Rock has just some arrows on top of it. Let's see what the hint and item inside have for us. And after this, Ellis is probably going to make the trek to Village of Outcasts.
With a lot of protection to boot with that red mail.
And an actually really useful hint, the Graveyard Ledge is not something we will have to concern ourselves with. Just a heart piece there.
Of course, we don't have the mirror yet, but that doesn't matter. We just won't have to worry about it at all.
Indeed. And, yeah, red mail is... Michael K. will probably disagree, but red mail is always nice to have.
The only thing bad about it is it makes death warping a lot longer in most cases.
Yeah. And Wall Kicks and Illos both going into the Dark World. Let's see what we have here. We have a Pendant from the Rock, a Pendant Thief Stone, and the 5-6 crystals are Pod and Ice Pellets.
Rip the Aga Dream. Since both Pod and Ice required the hammer to beat it, we are now officially good on Aga being dead.
I mean, couldn't you bring the bomb from the other way around, though?
No, once you jump off a ledge and start swimming, the bomb does not follow you.
I thought you can swim with the bomb.
No. If you jump off a ledge, the bomb does not follow you. So
okay.
You have to jump off a ledge to swim, and therefore the bomb doesn't follow you.
Alright.
Well, to say, you don't have to jump off a ledge to swim, but the area you need to get around to jump off to swim, it requires a fall down, and therefore the bomb can't follow you.
Right. Also, I like the red mail sprite on CDI Link there. It's the, I think it's the, what's it called? The blue ring, or the white ring? I forgot.
In Zelda 1, the blue, that's
yeah.
the blue ring.
Right, the blue ring, yeah. And we're gonna see the dig spot, which we have not seen yet. And keeps entering up with the shovel dash. Yeah, you can do a bomb dupe chat, but that is not like logically required. At least, actually, no, I don't think it's at all. The game does not assume you can do any of the glitches, which the bomb dupe would be. It looks like Hitsuyan is gonna check Adina as well.
Red crystals, for someone that's wondering in chat, red crystal means, in the original game, when you beat Ice Palace and Misery Mire, you were able to buy a big red bomb from the bomb shop where Link's house is in the Dark World. You take that bomb up to the pyramid and bomb that wall, and behind it is a fairy fountain that will allow you to upgrade your sword to gold sword and arrows to silver arrows. In Randomizer, we change it to just giving you 2 items. And we also can randomize which dungeons give you the 5 and 6 crystals. So yeah, when we're talking about needing to get to the 5-6 crystals, we actually cannot get there without defeating Aghanim. That's why it was, since we didn't have the hammer, we were just discussing the possibilities of needing to beat Aghanim just to get the hammer if the 5-6 crystals were laid out in such a way.
Yeah, what's also in the vanilla game, those crystals are not denoted as red. This is like unique to the randomizer, as well as the little asterisks that you see on the green pendant and the 5-6 crystals. There's the cape also in the brewery. These options have been added to make like the red crystals to make them easier to like stand out and see for quick map check, and the little asterisks for colorblind people, such as myself. Right.
Someone else in chat is now asking for some Maria behind 5-6. Well, yes, that could be possible, but we would have the hammer by then because we need the hammer to beat Ice Palace.
And Pod.
Yeah, and Pod, yes.
The starting weapon was a sword, chat. And we're on blind. Of course, our runners are hoping that we have the key. I'm not sure if we found a map in the compass, so if there is an item in the big chest, that is one orphan check.
Well, considering blind just gave us a heart piece, that could be a good sign.
Cool.
Oh, we just found a hook shot in the dig game. We must have overlooked that.
Yeah, Walter was doing the dig game.
Or maybe I did. You probably didn't, I guess.
I like kind of caught it out of the corner of my eye, but I wasn't sure if it was. So. And we're gonna see Hype Cave here as well. It's not a good start. This Keaton. Oh, there's the Book of Modora. That is a loaded item. Ether, and just some rubbish otherwise. I'm not sure. the cape was in the brewery, and ether medallion. I mean, it's nice to have. It's like one of the 3 medallions crossed off. But man, book it's just one of those items that's like, this might lead you to desert, but maybe you don't even need it at all. Especially considering the desert is a pendant.
I'm gonna give that a pending rating since we don't know if we need the book yet, and also we don't know if we need ether yet.
Yeah.
Now that chat is trying to, come up with some pedestal dreams. Now that we have the book, the mirror can be on the pedestal now.
That is true. Let's see here. Turtle Rock does require the hammer, requires one of the medallions, Pyro and Ice Rod, as well as Kingdom of Moria. So, and we found a hook shot. I guess flute could be on pedestal. Mirror can be on pedestal. Lamp could be on pedestal.
No, lamp is required for Turtle Rock.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, my bad. That's true. So yeah, that's all. Oh, and if the Maya medallion is something different than the Turtle Rock medallion, that one also can. And of course, any sort of like fetch quest that may lead there. The powder, or I guess can only be the powder at this point.
Well, we already knew the lamp wasn't on a pedestal, but lamp is right there anyway.
What's the lamp? Just a shield there on the bumper ledge. And let's see what the hint for us has. Oh, thanks, game. That might actually be a somewhat useful hint for some of the runners, but not any that are on the restream here, because we all found the boots already. This is also the guaranteed boots hint taken care of. Oh, it wasn't Palace of Darkness, right? So that means that's actually a fairly convenient lamp to find right at the start of Palace of Darkness. And another shield here. In pod.
And so since we don't have the hammer or the mirror, we have to death warp to get back out to the front quickly.
Indeed. The front half of House of Darkness has at least 4 keys. If you find, there's 6 potential item locations, if I remember correctly. So if you find 2 items, that means all of the other chests in the front of pot are keys. Which is also why Walther is skipping that vanilla big key chest. Because we found 2 items, and that means that chest is a key for a key.
Yeah, not only, to clarify further, item doesn't just mean, like, item that's not a dungeon item. It actually does include the big key, map, compass. So any big key, map, compass, and any non-dungeon item, that counts as towards the non-small key items in the front of pod.
So basically anything that's not a small key. Oh, there's a French vanilla hammer in Palace of Darkness there in that ruby hallway.
Well, I think Walter made the right play. I don't know about you.
Yeah, that is a play, right? That also means that Walter can just full clear pod now. Doesn't have to worry about anything else here. And looks like Illis is deciding to go for the Death Mountain. Oh, Fire Rod as well. What the hell is this pod? That's 3 key items.
I say it's the God pod.
Uh, wow, that was a very valuable pod. Out of 5 items, 3 of them being of really important value. Jeez, and we're not even done yet.
So, we found both of our fire sources, too. So that's both fire sources and the hammer.
And yes, Hermless Hallway was skipped because, as far as I can recall, this should also be a key for a key, because key counts. I think Walther has counted keys and knows that only another key can be in Hermless Hallway. If I counted along correctly.
Well, you were paying attention better than I was, so I wouldn't be the one to tell you.
There's a lot of keys in pod to keep track of, so I might have miscounted. So yeah, Walther definitely with the high value play there. That pod really paid off.
You know, I'm just gonna say this right now. I have a feeling that the red crystals could be hiding something important, and Walter should go to Ice Palace.
Oh yeah, with the fire rod in hand, we have all the ingredients we need, and the hammer, all the ingredients we need for Ice Palace. Whether the Pyramid Fairy is going to be required or not, but we can complete Ice Palace. It is a crystal, a 5/6 no less, and we have everything we need for it. So. Of course,
well, we see the mirror over in Super Bunny Cave.
Oh. And we're gonna see what the medallion for Trouble Rock is gonna be. Ether. That means we can get in there. We can't check the hint at most. But currently, because we do need the King of Samaria as well, as potentially the Ice Rod, but we could open it if we wanted to. We probably don't, but. And there's Buttersword in Hookshot Cave. Wow. Offensively speaking, we don't have any worries here in this seed. Yellow's making the way into Taropera. Looks like Walther was sharing your thought here, and is indeed reading this hammer and fire rod in pod as a sign to go into Ice Palace.
Yeah, this is the play that I would make at this point. I don't know if I would have made the play straight in a pod, but this is a play I would make. Thanks, game, but no thanks.
So, Taropera already holding a lot of value for us today. We found a joke hint and the single arrow in the foyer. Thank goodness we know that there's a unique item in Taropera. What would we do without that?
Okay, so Bombos is in Ganon's tower. That tells us we don't need Bombos. Okay.
Indeed, Bombos in Ganon's tower means It is not going to be required for Misery Maya or Ice Palace. I mean, we know it's not required for Ice Palace, but other than Waltha, none of the other runners do. So that is a relief. Quake might still be required for Misery Maya, but unique item is in Skull Woods. Have we seen that one? I'm actually not sure. I don't remember seeing a unique item there.
I don't remember. I don't know if any of these runners have gone to Skull Woods.
Illos did.
Oh, I don't know if we saw it in the front, because Illos did not have the fire rod at that point.
Yeah, we have seen only the front part. Yes, chat, the Palace of Progression had a hammer, lamp, and the fire rod. The lamp, I think, was in the left side, the first chest you open up. Hammer was in the harmless, no, not the harmless hallway, the rupee hallway, and fire rod was in the dark mist. I think the bottom chest.
So pulls off the bomb jump, making sure that he can in fact beat this dungeon, regardless of having the cane or not. Now, so did we see just a single arrow in Hera so far? I don't remember what Moldorm dropped.
I think it was rupees. There was nothing of that. We're gonna see it momentarily. With Gold Sword, yeah, Moldorm's not much of a threat. And it looks like it was...
I don't think there were any useful hints in ice just then. So
Yeah, it was a big 20. I was right. And it was making the trek into Desert Palace. This is the green pendant, which we know doesn't hold any value. So if we find 2 items here in Desert Palace, we know that we got everything, all of the value that we can get out of it.
Unfortunately for Illos, if they're looking to complete this dungeon, they will not be able to because they do not have a fire source.
I was just about to say, yeah, we can't complete it anyway, but yeah, unless there's something on pedestal, which is very, very unlikely at this point. Desert doesn't really hold anything more than 2 items. I only found one of the items in that Igor room. No, my bad. It was a small key in the Igor room. That's one of the items in Desert. And we find, we learned that there is a heart container in the Marshed, which,
Yeah, it could be better. But I'm not mad.
That is 2 items out of Desert Palace, which means that Lamolas will hold, I think it was the map. We found the compass in the hallway. So nothing of value in Desert Palace.
So far, just a shield in Ice Palace, if I remember correctly.
Nobody has checked that yet, but it's exceedingly unlikely that any of the Goemon items is there. The only items that can be there are, I think, Flute and the Quake, if Quake is required for Maya. And that's it. Alright, Cold Stare.
I was not watching to see if Walter had found 2 small keys in ice yet.
Yeah, I didn't count the keys in Ice Palace. I was watching the people in Desert Palace and Hitsuyan. But if Cold Stare holds the small key, holds a small key, then we know that, logically speaking, yeah, okay. So there was logically speaking, Ice Palace was locked by King of Sumari.
Which means that we cannot find the Cane of Samaria in the behind red crystals.
Indeed.
So at best, we're going to find a fetch quest item or find a flute or quake in the pyramid.
That is providing the Pyramid Fairy has anything. It's just as likely that it just is a big 20 and a heartpiece or something.
Yeah, and I don't know if I did not checking it out of screens, but I don't know if we've seen a hint about the Pyramid Fairy.
No, we have not seen the Pyramid Fairy. Ilos, in the meantime, is checking Catfish for us today, and holds the mirror, so it's gonna warp over to the Waterfall Cave, pick up their health magic, and then get ripped off by Zora. Our magic, one of those items that is 100% optional, but every runner will be happy to find.
Okay, as probably expected. I mean, there's going to be one of 2 things that Walter would have done here. But Walter is choosing to pursue the unique item in Skull Woods first.
Mm-hmm. Of course, the unique item can be the bug net, or the red boomerang, or the powder. So, you know, not necessarily going to be useful, but...
Or the ice rod.
It could also be the ice rod, yeah. Of course, it would be unfortunate. But without the King of Samaria, like, even if you find the ice rod, without King of Samaria, it's not something you concern yourself with just yet. And with the Fire Rod in hand, we will see the item that Mathula is holding, whatever it is, and probably Walter will also check the chest that's like in the bottom of this hallway. But going for Mathula first. Alright, here we are on a Mathula fight.
Easy, easy, easy.
Yeah, with Tempered Sword and Half Magic Fire Rod and Red Mail and... Oh, well, actually, Walter doesn't have the Red Mail just yet, but with all of these goodies, you know, Mathula is pretty much a pushover.
So yeah, we saw 3 bombs on Mathula himself. And I guess the last item, which is, I think, the unique item, is in this chest down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Walter is hoping to find this item in this room here, so he doesn't have to clear the front part. And it's a flute!
Walter, save and quit. Save and quit. There you go.
I think Walter was maybe like thinking for a moment there, what is going to be faster? If I continue on and then activate the flute later, or if I activate the flute now?
Well, considering Walter doesn't have the mirror, it would be a lot longer to trying to get out of the Skull Woods area. Walter, what are you doing? Go activate the flute.
And so the flute gets activated here for Walter. Meanwhile, Volkix is going to pick up the purple chest. Kane of Samara has been very elusive so far. But with all the items we've found so far, Swamp Palace is looking more and more likely to be holding the key, which is a red cane. Yeah, it's Swamp has the highest item density out of any dungeon in this game. 6 items lie hidden there. The only one that rivals it is Charmed Rock if you combine it with the Mimic Kick.
Just a riot shield, bumper kick.
Yeah. Ills checked it earlier. So let's see where Walter is going to go next. I'm a bit surprised that Walter has not gone to Death Mountain just yet. Maybe he's hoping to find the Cane of Samaria before climbing it up, in case he does need to do the rock dip.
Just a piece of heart on the purple chest.
Yeah, so Smith Chain also not paying out for us. Of course, there's still the pack caves that are open, but... Alright, Walter, where are you going? Meyer. We're gonna see what medallion we're gonna be needing for this. It's either Ether or Quake. So we do know that Baubles cannot be it. And it is Ether.
So we just need the red cane, and we are in no mode.
Indeed. There's that heart container. And of course, without a mirror, Walter cannot check it out. You know, Volkix is going to make the dive into Swamp Palace. Gives the hint on the right there.
Okay, so now Walter is making their Death Mountain checks. Be able to do a lot more, it seems, this time around compared to the other runners. Just having all these items. They will find themselves the mirror up there, and there's a powder in the first chest in Swamp.
Oh, right. Volkix has not found a hammer yet. Which makes it doubly interesting that Volkix is not taking that hint. Because, you know, that might be a hint leading towards hammer, if nothing else. Oh no, are you going to make a double dip in... Oh no, you can't dip into ice either. Where are you going, Volkix? And finally, Walter, ascending Death Mountain here, going to find the mirror, and possibly the red mail, depending on if he wants to pick that up. He's going to check instead of picking that right away. Probably will skip it. Yeah. Volkix took the long path to Plot because without flute or hammer, there's no way to get to the portal there.
So at this point, we're just looking for the cane, and it could probably be behind... More than likely, it's going to be behind Swamp Palace or in the Pyramid. No, not Pyramid Fair. We already discussed that. It can't be there. It's just Swamp, then I guess most likely.
Yeah. Could also be in Hammer Peg Cave or Spike Cave. We've not seen that either. Yeah, wall kicks is going to be. I assume wall kicks is going to be fairly happy to find a hammer.
I'm sure any runner would be happy to find the red cane. Not red cane, hammer. Goodness gracious, I can't get my mind off the cane.
Speaking of the hammer and Spy Cave, well, looks like Hitsuyan is making the check for us here. It is one of those more out-of-the-way locations. And just some damage. That is unfortunate. And looks like Hitsuyan also is going to make the way into Swan Palace here. That said, Hitsuyan has the hammer, has the hookshot. So Hitsuyan can clear Ice Palace. Not Ice Palace, Swan Palace, my bad. Watery Palace with eye bosses. They're annoying and blue.
Yeah, that works.
And you're gonna see that hint. And, well, looks like wall kicks didn't miss anything because we just learned that only the 10th enemy has the bomb. Thanks, game. You're in wrong era there.
Thanks, wrong game.
Yeah.
So that is Walter's 5th crystal. Very good. Has at least 2 crystals up on every other runner. Yeah, has 2 crystals up or even more on every other runner on the.
Yeah, and we know that. Well, actually, Meyer might have the cane as well. It's even Swamp Red Meyer at this point. Because we only need the Cane of Samaria for the back half of Meyer to get to the boss. That said, I don't think that Walter is going to risk going into Meyer first, considering Swamp Palace has 6 items compared to Meyer's 2, and there's no guarantee that Meyer has it. And yes, because of a bug in the logic in V30 currently, the tablets cannot hold progression. The game assumes that you only get to 5 certain.
It's I'm gonna head straight to the back of Swamp first.
Yeah, most runners will opt to do that. Of course, if we find the map and or the compass, likelihood of there being items. Well, I mean, there's then at least one item. Like if you find one of those, one item is gonna be there in the left side of Swamp. If you find both, then 2 items. There's the compass. Now, I'm not sure if Hitsuyan has found the map yet, but there is at least one item in the left side. And there's the butter sword for Walter. Making the last run here on the restream to pick that up. Not that he needed it. And probably gonna do the the spike cave here.
Alright, and Itzion takes down Argus. And there's no cane on Argus, so will Itzion go back in?
Yeah, that's the question. At this point, it's either on the left side of Swamp or in Mire, both of which aren't exactly super attractive prospect. And Hitsuyan does go back in.
Alright, Illis is about to be the second player to find their flute.
And now that Walkie's found a hammer, the fire rod and the lamp in Pod, he is equipped to go and clear Swamp Palace.
And now Walter is going to head into Swamp.
Yeah, 3 of the 4 runners are in Swamp right now. Or on the way there.
I thought chat had mentioned this earlier, but yes, there's a possibility that the cane could be in Mire.
Yeah. Also, chat, we haven't seen Pyramid Fairy yet. However, King of Samaria cannot be on the Pyramid Fairy because Ice Palace was King of Samaria logically because Coldstare had a small key, and the key logic dictates that if Coldstare has a key, King of Samaria is required to enter his chamber. And we're gonna see a pat check here from Illis. Just a little piece of love.
As if you needed to make the pet dream even more dead.
Alright, we're gonna see the moment of truth here. Does left side hold the Cane of Samaria? Oh, to quote Phantom Ryu, that's gonna be Kane! That's gonna be Kane!
And we are in no mode. Thank you.
No mode! Itsuyan only needs to find a flute in Skull Woods and is in go mode. Walther needs to clear left side of Swamp to be in go mode to get the King of Samaria.
Hitzion is looking to go into ice, which is not good since they're probably going to full clear it and waste a bunch of...
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see that shovel hint there in Ice Palace, that first half of Ice Palace. That is such a good hint. Wow, game.
Yeah, you know, in fact, it was earlier in the race whenever you mentioned the thanks game about the single air and Terra. I was actually looking at, I think it was Walter's screen when he saw the hint about the shovel. That's why I said thanks game.
Yeah. The hints in this run so far have not been very generous. Like some minor convenience, like knowing what it's on the graveyard ledge, but otherwise, like just not really pulling their weight here.
I don't know. When you're playing something like a randomizer, that you kind of have the just the nature of randomizer. You never know what you're gonna find. It's kind of expected to not have all the useful information. To expect all the useful information to be given to you at once.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's at least there's not like 5 joke hints. Like I've seen seeds where like in the most inconvenient spots, just stupid joke hints. And I've seen one seed where all 3 hints in Ice Palace were joke hints as well. So that was a hoot. And as Walther enters the Argus fight, Wallkicks takes him down. Opts not to go back in.
Wallkicks, no!
Which means that Wallkicks is missing out on the King of Samara. Meanwhile, Walther will know it has to be on left side or in Misery Mire at this point. And frankly, if I'm already here, if I was in Walter's shoes, I would do left side first and then go to Mire.
Okay. So now Walter is hopefully gonna go back in? Yes! Okay, we're gonna have someone in go mode soon. Yes.
Indeed. And despite all that, it's still a hell of a fast go mode.
Another thing, Illis is also in Swamp, and we might see Illis just go straight for the left side, and they might be in go mode first.
Oh yeah, that's right. Illis only needs the King of Samara as well. That's true. Though I don't think he can make it, like, just in terms of speed, because he has, like, to fill the water and stuff.
Yeah, I completely forgot this is Illis' first trip in the Swamp.
Yeah. The Cane is in the left side swamp, which Walther will pick up momentarily. Pretty comfy to use like a sword that isn't the fighter sword on that crystal switch, because the fighter sword can't reach through that wall. You actually have to like use a ranged weapon for it, but because it's a dinky little butter knife. But any other sword will reach through the wall.
You can probably use a boomerang for something like that.
Yeah, but still, it's like a tiny bit of time saving, being able to swing through it. Let's hope that Illis is going to make the track back in after taking on Argus as well, since Illis is going to the backside first. And at 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 5 seconds, Walther is in go mode.
This is looking like a very good time, honestly. A low 120 possible.
Yeah, it depends on the big key in Misery Mire. If that one is easily accessible, then yeah, for sure. If it's but if it's like behind a cutscene room or something, then it might be a very close call. And of course, it also depends on where the big key in Ganon's tower is. So yeah, we're hoping for a God Maya here, and looks like Walther opts to bring the bird with him. Of course, Go Mode Misery Mire is a very fast dungeon, but we don't know if it's Go Mode just yet. Because, it is Go Mode, but we don't know if how fast it is when.
And it looks like Illis does go back in, which is good for them.
Indeed. This also will put Illis into go mode within the next couple of minutes.
And it looks like Hitsion is going to beat Illis to go mode, since they will pick up their flute in just a second.
Yep. This is actually going to be a pretty close race. Even though Walther is a bit ahead, it's not by much. It really is not by much. Illis and Hitsion both are hot on Walther's heels. And 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 40-something seconds for Hitsion to be in go mode. So not that far apart, it's like 2 minutes, give or take.
I don't know if you mentioned this, but I think we just saw a key in the first torch chest on the left side, so I think that means where the big key is in the vanilla location.
Yes, I think so, yeah. I'm not like 100% on the key logic in Meyer, but I think you're correct. Walther knowing, I'm not even gonna bother with the hint over there. Yeah, there it is. Vanilla big key.
And 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 40-something seconds. I didn't quite get to catch seconds there. Illis is now in go mode.
Indeed. So the 3 of the 4 runners here on the restream are like just a couple minutes apart. And against Tower, a big key gamble, or just even some very good execution might make up the difference. Let's see if Hitsion opts to do something with the bird. Or Illis for that matter. Ooh, Wall Kicks is having some trouble here in Cold Stare. Takes it down with just 1.5 hearts left. And Illis gets the bird toss. I hope you're happy now, chat.
Ooh, Walter's giving us some spooky action in Meyer.
This is the powder here for the anti-fairy to refill some health. And just like with the Arbos Knights, blink and you miss it on Vitreous here with silver arrows. This boss goes down very quickly.
Okay, Walter now has 7 crystals.
You know what that means, Rockin'?
I do not know. How about you tell me?
Gee, Alright, so, what we like to do here at the Speed Gaming Network is the Ganon's Tower Big Key game. There are 22 locations in which the Big Key for Ganon's Tower can be hiding. And we'd like to guess which it is. So, what do you think, Drelkin?
Okay, tried and true number 7. Yes, has yet to work, so I'm not sure how tried and true it is, but someday maybe.
Talk about feeling deja vu. I was commentating yesterday's 2 p.m. daily as well, and my co-commentator yesterday also guessed 7. So I'm gonna go with my the guess I did yesterday as well. And since you went for lucky 7, I'm gonna see unlucky 13.
The perfect combo right there.
Yeah.
Walter is taking their 7 crystals and now entering Ganon's tower. The big key guessing game will begin in just a second. So get your guesses, not the guessing game. The big key finding, really, is what I mean to say, is now beginning. Walter heads left first. What's on the torch? It is just some sticks.
And even though we don't pick this up, it does count as an item location. That's 1 down.
Walter, I hate when I do that too, Walter, when you move too early before stepping on the start switch. Oh, it's number 2! That was so fast! That was so fast! Walter, with the correct movement option, entering Ganon's tower, finds the big key in the bottom left DM chest. I estimate about a 123 for Walter at this point. Walter probably gonna skip this restock room. Yep, they have full hearts, full magic. Yeah, no reason to stop there. Here comes the last room in the hard rooms in the gauntlet. Looking decent so far. Yep, fire rod shot. We are on to Landmolus 2. One, 2. It doesn't quite get 3. And here are the most satisfying rooms in the game up here with the Kansamaria strats on the Wizrobes. Walter didn't quite get the fast strat in that room, but is not going to matter among the race between the race streamers right now. Wow, and Hitzion and Illos are very close to each other right now.
Yeah, this is gonna be a race.
Well, Illos goes straight left, and Hitzion goes right first. Hey, there's the Bombos medallion, like the hint told us.
Meanwhile, we are on Moldrum 2 here, on Walter's side. Boss was down very quickly, of course. Gold sword. And we're even gonna see what his last possession is. It's a hard piece.
Better generous of the rights. The first two chests on the right side did not have a small key, so Hitsuyan might waste time more on the right side. And here's Aghanim 2 for Walter.
Indeed. Let's hope that the patterns are generous. And oh, I think that might have been a triple even.
That was a triple. That was also a triple! Oh my goodness, double triple!
Wow, that was an absolutely clean Aghanim 2 fight. Wow. That's a dream, basically.
Looks like my 123 prediction is spot on so far. Oh, Ganon, I think I don't need to know that to be smart.
But now that you know it, you definitely are.
Anyways. Phase 1 and 2 down really quickly with Gold Sword.
Yeah, of course. Even Phase 2 is not much of a threat here. Swings with the Gold Sword do as much as spins with the Tempered Sword, so... Yeah, it's just slash away a couple of times, and even Phase 2 goes down there.
Oh, come on, Ganon, don't give us bad teleport patterns. Let's get a 123.
Yeah, he does not want to cooperate today.
We find the arrows in the light world? You bet. They're actually one of the first things we found.
Oh, that could be. No, it's just a double. I was gonna say that could have been a triple, but
This is gonna be close. This is gonna be close.
either way, Walther takes down Ganon here as the first racer on the restream. Just not the 123. But GG's to Walther, taking it first place in total even, as well as on the restream. 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 4 seconds. GG's. And making X hot on his heels, takes second place with 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 36 seconds. And yeah, that's the finishes for now. Let's see which place Illis and Hitsuyan are going to take, because those two are very close together.
Yeah, no, this has been a very good and nice seed to the runners today. So, looking to see some more 120 times.
Yeah, for sure. I imagine a lot of the runners are gonna be sub 130. Illis also gets a very nice triple here.
You only got a single on the first one, so it just needs 2 more. And there you go. Wow, that would look like it was gonna be a triple again. Unreal.
Wow, the double triple. Madness, pure madness. And we have more finishers. We have Gus finishing in 3rd place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, 5 seconds. And also very close, Rogub finishing in 4th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 20 seconds. GG's to all of you.
Right, Illis on the Ganon fight right now, already on to phase 3. And Hitzion just now about to enter the Ganon fight. Right, Illis now moving on to phase 4.
And in the meantime, we also have another finisher here. Magnificent finishes in 5th place, 1 hour 26 and 5 seconds. GG as well.
Illis takes down Ganon for the second finisher on the restream.
GG, Illos. And we can just save our GGs as well, because Hitzion is gonna get that one very quickly as well, I assume. And we're gonna have Walter here in the Discord for a post-game interview. GG's, Walter, congratulations on taking first place.
Yeah, GG's. I was almost actually shaking a little bit at the end there. I never won one of these daily races. That was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Awesome.
That was a really fast seat though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a pretty nice seat. There wasn't very I guess Feastown could have been lured into going into there, I guess, but there was never really a big reason anyone would go into Turtle Rock, I guess. I can see maybe if you skipped Skullwoods, but
yeah, I think
quite unlikely to go into Turtle Rock in this one, so that's always nice.
Yeah, for all of the runners on the restream, Kane of Samaria was the go mode item, so nobody went into Turtle Rock. However, Thiefstone has been alluring to everybody else but you.
Yeah.
Speaking of... Go ahead.
Yeah, I went in, when I went in there without the hammer, and I saw the small key in the beginning, I kind of wanted to go to the back, because, blind in the back of Skull, or the back of Feastown is only in logic when without hammer, when you do get the small key. So it's pretty close on doing that.
Right, and we have here with us Illos as well. GG and congratulations.
GG, thank you.
And while we're at it, you finished in 6th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 27 minutes, 29 seconds, and Itsuyan right after you in 7th, 1 hour, 28 and 12 seconds. So GG's to all of you. Yeah, I just mentioned to Walter that this was a really fast seat, wasn't it?
Yeah, it basically was, especially if you went into pod early and not like me, checked the whole world before it, but yeah, that happens.
Yeah, Walter actually went into pod fairly early on, which was Palace of Progression, more right? It was 3 items in there.
But after
much.
not finding anything at all in the rest, I figured that, after getting the hammer, I was like, yeah, there's probably still a fire rod in there, and indeed there was one, because only the hammer didn't unlock much, so figured there was more than that.
Yeah, I just realized none of the 3 pendant dungeons even were required at all, so that was actually pretty nice as well.
Well, I can imagine that most people got baited by Thiefstone, so...
Oh, yes.
It's not the worst thing that I fully cleared it, but it's of course not very good either.
Yeah, quite I can imagine that both Desert Palace with the green pendant in it, although there was a hint fairly early on that said that the green pendant was nothing, but Desert Palace with the green pendant and the book being in Hype Cave, I think it was, and Thiefstone, both very alluring targets there.
Yeah, I figured that after clearing Thiefstone and there being nothing, that I had to kind of make a play, and the book was suspicious anyway. So I wanted to check out Desert before going to pod, and it was nothing. So bad luck for me, I guess.
Yeah. So, man, that was also like the swords, like blast the sword in before we even like walked into the escape with the first enemy, and it's like crazy.
Yeah, that made the escape sequence pretty quick.
Yeah. It's a little bit nicer farming, like you shoot sword beams whenever.
Yeah, it's was very very comfortable because everybody found bombs for doing it, and Wall Kicks here finally finds the Cane of Samaria in the left side of Swamp and decides.
Oh, did he skip left side?
Yeah, he skipped left side, and then he decided to, like, after beating Swamp Palace, decided to leave, and Wall Kicks is not very happy with this. Decides to not only bomb the chest, but also shoot a few arrows at it and ether at it.
Yeah, I really thought that more people would skip left side Swamp, but apparently it's quite a popular place.
Well, the thing is, a lot of, like, there weren't really any more locations left, other than...
Well, I personally was quite worried about leaving 2 items on Ice Palace.
Yeah.
But in the
Well,
end, it was nothing.
The thing is, though, Ice Palace was Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, but it still could have been in Cane of Samaria.
Right, yeah.
Because it was Cane of Samaria locked, I didn't even bother checking the Pyramid Ferries, so that was nice knowing that, but it was still not nice to be worried about possibly having missed a cane in Ice Palace. That kind of thing happened to me before in the German tournament, and I absolutely lost because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually on my way to, like the portal to go to the Pyramid Ferry. Then I realized, I was like, wait a minute, can't be cane there. So yeah, I put off the mountain quite long. So at that point, I was like, yeah, let's just go to the mountain instead.
Yeah. And yeah, like, I mean, there's really not all that much to see. Like, boots are super early on. Sword was pretty early on. Like, brand mail was super easily available. It's like, what else could you wish for? You know?
A harder seat, so it's more spicy.
So yeah, man, I like, this was a really fun scene also to, like, just watch and commentate, because like, so many good items early on. It's always fun. Like, Aghanim was disqualified fairly shortly, like fairly early on, and of course, Pedestal also died of very unceremonious death. So, you know, it's always good to know, like, you know, we're not gonna need this stuff.
I was worried that I might lack the last medallion, because that kind of stuff happened yesterday, and it turned a 110 seat into a 150 seat. So I was, I wanted to be safe and just check the pedestal.
And Wall Kicks takes down Misery Mire is going to make their way up that mountain into Gannis Tower.
Those are some nice looking collection rates.
Oh yeah, 126 here on Walters and 130 on Illusis. Yeah, that's actually pretty crazy. That must be one of the lowest collection rates I've seen on, like, restreams so far.
Yeah, it's been a while since I got like a fast and nice seed. Most of them always have something that holds you down, right?
Yeah, Usually it's either like you find a lot of stuff early on, and then the seat just bottlenecks you behind like one chain of stupid items, or it's like one single troll item that's like somewhere hidden deep within the seed, and you have to find it, and it's like just super bad to get to. But this one, like, I feel
don't
like
know what you. Pardon me. I don't know what you're talking about, but I got the bottleneck into pod pretty hard.
well, I mean, to be fair, pod has been open for quite a while for you.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I mean, like, most of the items were in fairly convenient locations. Like, the only dumb location was Skin of Samaria, and that was like, you know, one item that's like, and it's not even that bad because, like, you know, at that point there were at least only so many locations left. Speaking of collection rate of 130, Hitsuyan is 130 as well. Just like less than a minute behind Eulus, and has exactly the same collection.
Interesting. You found Bombus though. Where was it?
I was in Ganna's
GT,
Tower.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a hint.
Yeah, I was, I think, in the left side somewhere. I forgot where though.
No, it was in the first chest on the right side where you see.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. Okay, so it was in the the left chest there in the right side. Hope room is, you know, yeah, Hope room is what it's called. Yeah. Also, like very early Ganon's Tower big key, and you know. Also, speaking of Ganon's Tower, Illos and Wolfa, both of you got the double triple on Aghanim too. That was really crazy.
Yeah, it was a pretty nice pattern.
Oh, was it a double triple?
Yes. Yes. It was.
I didn't quite realize.
It was, in fact, the double triple.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. That was pretty crazy. Like normally, you know, one double triple already is like rare enough, and then both of you got those. It was really nice. And wall kicks making their way now up the gauntlet. Meanwhile, we have a few more finishers here. Let's see here. Chloride finishing 8th. 1 hour, 33 minutes, 45 seconds. Very shortly after, Psychord in 9th, 1 hour, 33 minutes, 49 seconds. Pinky D. Rose finishing 10th, 1 hour, 34 minutes, 48 seconds. And that's it for me. No. Humbug finishing 11th, 1 hour, 38 minutes, 30 seconds. And that's it. So we still I mean, it's like we're the 11th placed finisher still has 1 hour 30 something. That's still pretty fast.
Yeah, it was a fast seed by nature because you could skip all of Turtle Rock and some other stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I imagine
if you dared to, you could skip the vanilla big key chest in Eastern Palace or the right side of Ice Palace.
Yeah, we actually were wondering why why you skipped that vanilla big key chest.
Well, I had Dark World access and it was half an item. And to spend 1 minute on half an item is not really worth it. I would not do it if I did not have Dark World access. But I figured that progression would lie elsewhere if I have the complete dark world open. And, at that point in time, I already thought that maybe there's something in Palace of Darkness, but it's just such a far way to go there, so I put it off for quite a long time.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it's a very valid gamble to just skip that vanilla big key chest in Eastern Palace, because it's just not worth getting if the chances are low that there's progression in it.
Mhm.
Like there's even a chance that it's not even an item but a dungeon item.
Yeah.
Walkix is making their way to Moldorm too.
Indeed, is reaching the refill room here just before the boss. And down goes Moldorm.
I'm actually curious. Do Gold Sword spins do the exact same damage as Gold Sword slashes?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I thought. It's just, I guess Gold Sword spin will just, do more attacks per frame than a slash would.
Yeah, you can get multiple hits with the spin in, depending on what you're fighting, and of course you also have like the longer range and the box thing. That's why you would do the spin over the slash. But in terms of damage, it's the pure number damage of it. And we're into Aghanim 2 here. On Volkix's side, and Volkix is not happy at all. Like, bombed the Moldorm chest, slashing away at Aghanim's corpse, trying to shank the bat.
I mean, I don't like the troll of having to put the left side swamp for go mode.
Oh yeah, that of course, but yeah.
Well, I usually don't like it either, but it was tough times for me, so I did something that I usually would not do, and it paid off. That was kind of lucky too.
Ooh, gotta be careful there, Volkix. Ah, okay, he has a blue potion. He's gonna chug that down. I probably would have used the cape first, but, you know.
Dash strats for the win. They are so safe once you know how to do them, so I like them the most.
And we are on the last phase here for Volkix. He gets the torch glitch. Decides to take it slowly and safe. Can't blame him.
One shot left to go.
And down goes the big pig for Volkix. GG! Closing up the restring here. Cross the bridge, pick up the Triforce, and GG! Volkix finishing in 19th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 45 minutes, and 51 seconds. There we go. So, very nice, very nice. Looks like Wolkix is joining us as well for a little chat. Hello, Wolkix. GG.
GG's.
So, after seeing you in that left side swamp at the chest, am I right assuming that you weren't particularly happy finding Kane of Samaria there?
This was a wonderful showcase of how not to route by me today. I think I last location both Hammer and Kana Samar.
Oh yeah, that is unfortunate. That said, left side swamp, one of those places that you generally don't want to have things be there.
Probably the first time I've skipped left side swamp in a while. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's never something in left side swamp unless there's something in left side swamp, of course.
Until you skip it.
Yeah. But that said, like, this Sid was still like very, very open and very generous, I would argue, because like so many, like none of the pendant dungeons were required to clear it all, and like most of the items are very convenient.
Yeah, overall the seed, there was a lot of potential with the seed. You could have really gotten good times if you just dip pod early and just kind of followed it from there.
Mm-hmm.
But GG's to everyone else. I don't know. I haven't actually popped into speed gaming, so I don't know how I finished compared to the rest of the run.
You closed out the restream.
Nice.
But...
I am so happy about that.
but you've managed to not be like in the last few in the race general, at least. So
Yeah.
I mean, 19th is not that bad considering like there was a lot of really fast finishes as well.
Could have done so much better had I just not last location some items, but that's what it is.
It's rando. It's gonna rando.
What was your file names, Wolkix? We decided to have file names to say something nice about each other.
I put Walt sucks, but I made sure to put a heart, so
Wow,
it's all out of love. It worked. You came in first.
Yeah, I guess the karma.
What did you put? What did you put, Walter?
I said Wolkix is cool.
Aw, it didn't work.
No, I kind of tricked Wolkix. I told him to put Walter sucks, so he would look like a bad guy.
Thanks, man. But I made sure to put the heart, dang it.
So we know who to face and who to heal us in this relation.
I'm gonna put Walter's good next time and maybe he'll do bad. But yeah, GG's everyone.
GG.
GG's to you.
It was a fun race.
GG.
Yeah, GG's.
And I would say, we should wrap this up about now. So thank you everybody again. Thank you to the races both on the restream and the races that have not been on the restream. So GG's to you, Ilos, Hitsuyan, Wolkix, and Walther. And of course, thank you very much to the Speed Gaming Network for hosting this and making these daily races happen every day. Thank you as well to our lovely trackers, literally Jen and Wurzak. I hope I pronounced it right. And as well, thank you very much to my co-commentator, Relkin. Woo! Woo! It was very fun.
Yep, this was a good time. Nice fast seed for once. No 10 bomb starts, thank you.
Yeah, that sorts out alright. Right, so follow the runners, follow the trackers, follow my co-commentary. I'm Red Armor. I'm going to check out here and see what you can expect for the rest of the day here on Speed Gaming. We have coming up at 7 p.m. Eastern, so in about 3 hours from now, we have the SMB3, so Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer tournament going on over on Speed Gaming. Then we have here on Speed Gaming 2 at 8 p.m. Portal 2 Inbounds No SLA tournament going on. More SMB3 Randomizer also on Speed Gaming 5 at 8 p.m. And if you haven't had enough ALTTP Randomizer, later today at 9 p.m. Eastern, we have on Speed Gaming 4 the 9 p.m. daily, which is going to be a open seed, I think. Let me double check here.
Yeah, it's an open seed.
It is an open seed, just a regular old open seed. And of course, last but not least, thank you everybody for watching, everybody. Without you, we couldn't do this. So make sure to follow the Speed Gaming Network if you want to see more races and various other things speed run related. And from us here, that's it for now. We'll see you at the evening races. Bye!
See you guys later.